In this video, I have 11 financial changes for you which are happening in Germany in 2023, and if you watch this video till the end, you are going to be saving upwards of 34,000 euros with completely tax-free income. So watch this video till the end. There are 11 points that I'm going to cover, and watch every single one of them very carefully. Many of them would be applicable to all of you. Number 1, Kindergeld is increasing in Germany for 2023. This kind of increase never existed in Germany previously. So previously, if you're having children, the German government would support you so that you're able to provide your children the best care, the best, hobbies, or if you want to buy clothes, you want to kind of take care of them. So the German state would give parents money. So it used to be like this, that the first child would get 219 euros, the second child would get 219 euros, the third child would get 225 euros, and the fourth child onwards will get 250 euros. But now they have completely changed it, and now every single child is going to start receiving 250 euros. Now this Kindergeld is received by every single person who is registered in Germany, has children, and it depends on the number of children you have. And the parents receive it till the age of 18. If the child is still unemployed, you receive it till the age of 21. If the child is in vocational training, the child receives this till the age of 25. I remember it from our own times when Alina and I, we were just moving in together and we were starting to work and so on. Alina's Kindergeld was really helpful. She was still, I think, 22, and at the time she was still in her vocational training. So she was also receiving that money, which really helped us in managing the household better. So now we have the second one, which is the Kinderfreibetrag. Now the Kinderfreibetrag is again a tax credit. This means if you're having children and you're having, for example, you're a couple, you have children, per child, you're going to have another limit of tax-free allowance. This is the reason I say, like, there is such a big myth about Germany, that Germany charges such crazy taxes and so on, because I'm going to show you here how much of free money you can get if you're a couple, if you have children, right? Because German state wants to promote that people have children, that they bring in new human resources, new population, new workforce, right? And this is the reason, like, taxes are designed in a way that they try to promote you or encourage you to do some things, and they try to kind of discourage you from doing some other things which the state finds important, right? So that's the entire game of taxes, essentially, in a nutshell. So Kinderfreibetrag is increasing from 2,810 euros to 3,012 euros. I've written everything here so I don't mess up anything, all right? This is per child and per parent. So this is again very nice, because if you multiply it by 2, having 2 children, which is the general story, so you're having 6,024 euros again on top of the tax-free allowance that you're already getting. Right now the tax-free allowance is 9,984 euros per person. So as a parent, like, as a couple, you're having already 18,000 euros in a year that you don't have to pay any taxes on. On top of that, the Kindergeld that I just talked about, that is completely tax-free. That means the 500 euros that you're receiving on top of that, you're not paying any kind of taxes on that. And Kinderfreibetrag is again a tax credit. That means on this money, you're again not paying any kind of taxes. Now comes the third part, which is Betreuungsfreibetrag. So Kinderfreibetrag is essentially like more general, that, like, you might have 100 different costs when you're having children. You want to go out, you want to take care of them, things like that. Betreuungsfreibetrag is essentially when the child is studying, or you want to have some kind of, like, trainings for him on the side, workshops, things like that. So here again, every single parent is getting 1,464 euros, which is completely crazy. So in the end, if you add all of these things together, just from parents' tax-free income, you're getting 8,952 euros if you are a couple, if you have 2 children. Now add another thing, which is the basic allowance, the basic tax-free income, which is 21,816 euros for a couple, and you add the 500 euros of Kindergeld you're receiving. This means just at this stage right now, you're getting 31,268 euros completely tax-free. Think about this. I mean, like, so many people complain about, like, such crazy taxes, things like that. But if you think about it, in Germany, the amount of taxes you're paying as parents, as somebody who is growing a family here, that's why I say Germany is one of the best countries to grow your families, because everything is really safe and you're really secured by the German social system, right? So you don't have to worry about the hospital bills, you don't have to worry about paying for doctor visits, things like that. Everything is already covered when you're paying your social contributions. right? So that's why, again, there's a huge misinformation about Germany that Germany has crazy taxes and things like that, makes no sense to live in Germany and so on. Maybe for single people who don't want to plan a family or who don't want to have children and things like that. But for families who you want to marry somebody, you want to grow a family together someday, that's why for Alina and I, Germany is still one of the countries that we highly consider when we are going to move back somewhere, because right now we're digital nomads. We go to one country for 2 to 3 months, we go to the next country, right now we are in Thailand. We joined a boxing camp here so that we are able to start the year right. So when we settle down, Germany is still going to be one of the countries that we are highly interested in, because you're already receiving so much money as completely tax-free when you're having children. So why not? Number 4, you're having introduction of the Bürgergeld. So previously, people who could not work, they used to receive Hartz IV. And Hartz IV was around 449 euros, and it had many restrictions that you cannot really work together with it, or you cannot add some kind of additional money and so on, because 449 euros is not really something that you can live off from. So this is the reason now they have increased it to 502 euros, and they have also added one more limit, or removed the limit, that is you can earn money on the side till the time you're reaching a specific level, and then afterwards you go into the normal taxation mode, so that you are not going to be essentially taking free money from the state. So this is, again, so much consideration and so much care that the German government shows to its own people. This is the reason why I say that from all of the countries I've visited to, the amount of care German government tries to take for its own people, it's crazy. Now we can all debate the foreign policies that the German government is following. That's very debatable. Is it in the interest of their own people or not? I don't want to pull out a political debate here, but at least in these cases, that is increasing the tax limits, giving people more money, and making sure that they're able to take care of them, that they're able to grow into productive human beings. That's so important. Very few other countries in the world do that except Scandinavia. So Scandinavia is also a very social country, so you have strong social systems. Then you have Germany, you have also Switzerland, is also very interesting. But when you go towards further countries like France, Spain, Italy and so on, this already starts decreasing, and outside Europe this is essentially unheard of. In India, if I'm unemployed, I'm technically allowed to get some kind of very basic, I think a few euros or something from the government, but the amount of work you have to do for that is practically impossible. So nobody essentially gets any kind of money from the state. So we are completely not knowing these things. We don't know about getting money that you are having children. We don't know about getting money when you're sick or something, or getting money when you're not able to work. That's why I really believe that all of these negative news, all of these people who are discouraging you from coming to Germany or coming to Europe, going to other countries and so on, you should really do some more research, because most of these people who talk this nonsense, they are generally better. Maybe they moved to Germany, they couldn't really settle in, they couldn't really connect with the culture, they couldn't really find a family. For example, for me right now, my wife Alina, she is German, so I have a German family. I'm able to speak German with them, I'm able to integrate into the culture and so on. So that's why the opinions of different people differ. And that's why in this video, I'm going to essentially give you the facts which makes it more lucrative, and also going to tell you some other things which you might take into consideration. Now, number 5 is that the tax-free income is increasing in Germany. Right now, the tax-free income used to be 9,984 euros. You're going to see many articles where they're going to say that the tax-free income is increasing from 10,307 euros to the next level, but that's wrong. This 10,307 euros was planned for 2023. Right now, the current tax-free income is 9,984 euros. This is why it's helpful when you know German and you're able to read the official government websites, for example, like I'm able to do, right? So if you're in Germany, or if you're planning to come to Germany, it is very important that you learn German. We have some very affordable German courses on Big Academy with lifetime access, and you can get just for 150 euros access to A1, A2 and B1, which is the craziest price that you will ever see. And this is made with a German native speaker. And you also get access to the preparation modules for the Goethe A1, A2 and B1 exams. So you can use the coupon code given below to enroll in that. So back to the video. 10,307 euros was the planned amount. Now the German government is increasing it from 10,307 euros to 10,908 euros. That means it is technically going from 9,984, so 9,984 to 10,908, almost a 1,000 euro increase per person. So again, if you're a couple, you're getting a 2,000 euro increase, and a total of 21,816 euros that you don't have to pay at all if you're a couple and if you're not having children, right? If you're having children, I already told you that 31,268 euros is completely tax-free. But if you're a couple, you don't have children, you have 21,816 euros completely tax-free. Again, this is not the end. I still have some very good news to share with you. Then afterwards, you have the maximum tax limit. That is increasing. So it stays at 42%, but it is increasing from 58,597 euros to 62,810 euros. That means you have another almost 4,300 euros that you're earning when you're not paying the highest tax in Germany, right? So again, there's a big like misinformation about this. People think, oh, 42% tax. You're not paying 42% tax from your first cent. 42% tax you're only paying on the 62,811th euro, right? So it's going to be 62,810. So essentially the euro that you earn above that, that is going to be taxed at 42%. Everything below that is not getting taxed at 42%. And also anyways, the first 21,816 euros that you're getting is completely tax-free. So the taxation only happens from 21,816 euros to, for married people, 125,620 euros. I mean, you can tell me like how many of you are making so much money, or how many married people are making this kind of money, because the general salaries in Germany is still around like 40,000 to 60,000 euros. So like if both of you are making 60,000 euros, this is still 120,000 euros, and you're still not paying the highest tax in Germany. When we were working, like we used to have salaries of like 1,500 euros per month. So Alina and I combined, we were having 2,000 euros per month, because I was just making 500 euros per month. So it was like 24,000 euros in a year that we were making. That means we were already like not paying tax on most of the money. We were only paying tax on 4,000 euros or something on top of that, which was very less tax, right? So again, all misinformation, all of these like new influences which are popping up, who haven't lived in Germany, who haven't had businesses in Germany, who haven't known the German culture, the German system, the German taxes. Like when they talk about these things, of course, they have no idea about all of these details. Then we have number 7, Kinderfreibetrag. This is also increasing. And this I actually found out by the email that I received from Scalable Capital, because my depot, which is like all of the investing I do in stocks, ETFs and so on, it is with Scalable Capital. So I generally receive emails from them whenever there are some kind of changes. So there, they also mentioned that it is increasing from 801 euros to 1,000 euros. And this is going to be automatically fixed at your depot if you have a depot with Scalable Capital. So I have moved around to so many different countries, but I could still keep my depot with Scalable Capital because it is very convenient, and as long as you're within EU, it is not a problem at all. You can open your account with them. So if you haven't yet opened your account with Scalable Capital, it is completely for free. And when you open an account and you start investing, you also get one free stock or ETF if you're making the trade till the end of next month. So take a look at my referral link below for Scalable Capital and open your account today. I've also made many other videos on how do you start investing in Germany on my business channel, which is Brand Device. So you can also watch the videos there. This means that on the first 1,000 euros of profits you're receiving from dividends, you're receiving from capital gains for selling stocks and making profits, or interest, you're not paying any kind of taxes on that. Above 1,000 euros, the taxes increase to 26.785%. And again, if you're a married couple, this becomes twice, once for your partner, once for you. So 1,000 euros, you're again having another 2,000 euros tax-free that you can make in Germany. So this brings the entire amount to 33,268 euros as a married couple with 2 children. Now afterwards, let's talk about the days in home office. You know that because of COVID, a lot of people started working in home offices. And in Germany, there's a very nice system that is your, it's not really called advertisement cost, but it's called like the working cost, right? Werbungskosten. So for every single day that you're at home and you're working from home, you can deduct 5 euros per day for electricity costs, for internet, for using your own, let's say, laptop, and the laptop is essentially degrading in its quality, or like using papers, pens, things like that. 5 euros per day you can use, and it was having a maximum limit of 120 days. So that means in a year you could maximum deduct 600 euros. So right now it has increased from 120 days to 200 days. That means in a year now you can deduct 1,000 euros per person. So again, add another 2,000 euros on top. This means at this stage, if you're a couple, you have 2 children, you're both working from home, you're having a tax-free allowance of 35,268 euros. So talk to me about like high taxes for families, right? Like for single people, yes, like you can quickly like, maybe start going to that stage. But if you're just married, because again, like many people even marry in Germany for like tax benefits, because it's like essentially much better. Like if somebody's earning more money, somebody else is earning less money, you're still doubling your limit of tax-free allowance, and you're essentially like keeping more money in your own hand. Now number 9, changing to private health insurance. In Germany, once you reach a specific limit, you're essentially paying a lot of money for the public health insurance. So then you have the option of shifting to private health insurance. The issue with private health insurance is that you're still paying the money first from your own pocket for most of the expenses, and then afterwards you have to give these receipts to the insurance company and they will like refund you the money back. And sometimes after a specific amount, the private insurance companies can also directly pay the amount to the company or to the hospital if there's something going wrong. In public health insurances, there is never that story at all. You get something like a chip card, so you're essentially just giving that chip card to the doctors, to the hospitals, things like that. They just directly put that chip in the system and you don't have to generally pay for anything at all. I had my kidney stones done in Hamburg. So essentially I got kidney stones and I was vomiting at 5:30 in the morning. I called the ambulance. So the only thing that I had to pay was for the ambulance, but that was also heavily subsidized. I just paid 10 euros for the ambulance, whereas like the actual amount was I think like over 100 euros or something, because you're paying for the time of 2 people, you're paying for the ambulance, bringing up, taking you down, things like that. So that is crazy. Like this is why I think if you are like somebody who's in middle income, I think Germany really is a great country. The amount of value you get for your money, it is really good. Now at number 10 is there's no limit for side earnings anymore for people who are pensioners. That is, for example, you've already worked and you have gone into your pension, and now you say, all right, like, I still want to make some money on the side and so on. Previously, this limit was only 6,300 euros in a year. That means if you make more than 6,300 euros in a year, you have to pay taxes on that. Then it increased to 46,000 euros during Corona times. And now the limit has completely gone. That means like if you want to make more money, you can make more money. And of course, there are going to be some checks and balances, not that you're like making another like 2-3 million when you're a pensioner. So then of course the tax authorities are going to speak to you. But generally now there's not going to be any limit of how much money you can make on the side when you are a pensioner. Then afterwards, number 11 is the 49 euro ticket. The 49 euro ticket is a successor to the 9 euro ticket, which everybody heavily promoted and also heard about during the summer 2022. And the 49 euro ticket is going to start from 1st April 2023. And you essentially buy the ticket once, and it is going to be a subscription. So it can be deducted from your account per month, and you don't have to like every single time buy the ticket, right? And the nice thing about this is this can be cancelled anytime. I remember previously when it was not 49 euros tickets and so on. If you were living in a city called Buxtehude or Pinneberg and so on, like outside of Hamburg, and we want to go to the entire 5 rings. So like when you're seeing these regional, public transportation maps, you're having rings. So you have the closest ring, A, B, C, and so on, and then you have zones. So if you want to go into all of the 5 zones, you would be paying almost 175 euros per month just to be in Hamburg. And when you go to another city, you'll be paying another money for the public transportation for that city. But now with this 49 euro ticket, this is such an insane thing that the government is doing. That is, you can go to any city, in Germany, you can go to anywhere with 49 euros. You can use the regional trains, you can use the U-Bahn, you can use the S-Bahn, you can use the trams, you can use the buses. There is no problem at all. So this means tourism again is going to see a massive boom within Germany from 1st April 2023, where people are anyways working in home office and they can choose which kind of place they want to go to, which kind of place they can work at. So as a student, as a professional, as a married couple with children, these are all some very good news, and I want you to share this news with your friends, with your families, so that they also know that most of the information that you hear about Germany constantly over and over again about how things are going wrong in the wrong direction, how everything is falling apart, that is absolutely ridiculous, because the German government is still one of the only governments which are taking active steps to make their own citizens' lives better for them. So thank you for watching this video. I don't have anything additional to share. If you have any kind of questions, comments, or suggestions, please write them down in the comment section below so that I can take a look at them and I can read them. Maybe I can address some of them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe and share.